What's up everyone, Dylan here. I wanted to hop on to do a very short and sweet analysis video heading into a very important week. We have three key events on the economic schedule, including CPI on Wednesday, PPI on Thursday, and US retail sales on Friday. So this week is setting up to be a volatile one, okay? There's a very, very, very clear pattern that I have noticed in regards to the S&P and the VIX. I shared this with my Discord last week, and I just want to show you guys this, and then I'll get into it, right? I said last Wednesday, I said, there has been a very clear pattern on the relationship between VIX and ES. Each time VIX gets to 16.4 to 16.25 support, ES tops out. Whenever VIX is above there, ES dips get bought, right? Rinse and repeat. So let's show you what I'm talking about. If we look at the February VIX contract, which is the spot VIX, and I highlight 16.4 to 16.25, right? That's the support area that is in, that is in focus, right? 16.4 to 16.25. You could see every single test since December 4th has bounced there, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the reference points on VIX, and then I'm going to go to S&P and highlight the pattern between where S&P was whenever VIX was at that support to show you the importance and the significance of this pattern, okay? So December 4th was the first test, okay? So let's go to December 4th. December 4th was right here, okay? Let's continue. Go to VIX, right? Next test was, we'll go down here to before it moved higher, January 24th. January 24th. Next test was January 31st. January 31st. And then one more was this most recent test was February 7th. And what was February 7th? Right here. So very, very simply put and very clearly demonstrated, right, with the visual, each time the VIX gets down to that 16.4 to 16.25 region, the S&P tops out, okay? Very, very simple, okay? On top of that, another piece of information that has been very, very, repetitive is that each time VIX gets down there, it's on a Friday. So if we go to a 1 hour chart, you could see Friday was here, right? January 24th was a Friday. I'm going to go like this using a vertical line. That was a Friday. This here was yet again another Friday. And then the most recent, this past Friday, it also topped out. So not only does VIX get down to 16.4 to 16.25, but it also lines up with a Friday. So going forward, I'm going to look at this pattern until it stops working, in plain English. So until it proves not to work, I'm going to focus on it and assume that it's going to continue to work, okay? And then there's one more piece of information that makes this very, very repetitive and very, very apparent, right? Not only does it top out on the Friday and fall pretty hard, but it bounces on the Monday. So each time that this pattern has bounced has been on the Monday. That was a Monday. Last week was basically Sunday, but then again on Monday it pulled back and tested that general area. And then today, the last night dip got bought yet again. So this one happened on Monday morning during pre-market, and then the last two were on Sunday. So will this dip by, sustain? Will this be the low of the move into Friday again, right? It's something to definitely keep an eye on, okay? So essentially what I said was, right, when the VIX gets down to that support, S&P tops out, and then the bulls are able to buy each dip until the VIX gets down to that 16.4 to 16.25 yet again. So like I said, that is a very, very nice clear pattern that I've noticed that has worked basically flawlessly the last 4 tests at that VIX spot since early December, okay? Going forward, if this does in fact continue, I want to look at the NASDAQ, right? The NASDAQ has been respecting this trend line very, very well, okay? Stemming from all-time highs, the NASDAQ has hit this general trend line about 4 or 5 different times, like I said, stemming from December 16th, which was all-time highs. Okay, so if the market does in fact continue to the upside where bulls continue to buy the dip before the VIX comes down to that 16.4 to 16.25 area, you want to look at this line to see if the bulls are able to sustain value above, not only break above, but also get bought on dips above that line. Okay, so the NASDAQ, ideally, you want to see the tech sector lead the move higher to get some clear direction to the upside. So I would definitely keep an eye on NASDAQ at that trend line. And if the bulls can break above and sustain value above, and then kind of, use that as a foundation to move higher, it will be a good thing for the bulls. So until the VIX gets back down to this 16.4 to 16.25 area, I would expect for the bulls to continue buying dips on the S&P above Sunday night's low, for that pattern to continue, and to continue to clearly repeat itself. Okay, so like I said, very, very short and sweet analysis video heading into the the 3 key events this week. Let's see where it brings us, and that's it for me. Like I said, very short. So peace out, and I appreciate the support.